Guys, I've made weight. As I said in my TikTok, it was one of the hardest weight cuts I've ever had. It was, if not number one, it'd be number two. So I've had three real bad ones. One was the Ultimate Fighter. Knocked that guy out in no time. I knocked that guy out in a minute and a half, I think. Then that was, I just didn't know what I was doing, and I was going down to 170. It was pretty crazy that I made it. And then the other one was Poland. I took a short notice fight and I shouldn't have. 42 pounds in 10 days. I missed weight. Yeah, I missed weight on the only time in my 80 plus career I missed weight. And then there's this one where I almost missed weight. If not for my team, I would have quit and I would have missed weight. My team talked me into it. They got me into it, my wife particularly. And I got a story about it. It's about it. Tune in, watch this whole thing, guys. It gets good. So I'm going to take you back a little bit. Well, I moved to Tennessee from my gym, not from my family, but from my teammates, from everything out in California. In Tennessee, I started working out it was a good club, Nashville MMA. What's his name? Michael Chandler owns it. He's an owner somehow. He doesn't train there, but he does own it. I think he trains down in Florida. And my last fight, spent half my time out there with him, out at Nashville MMA. And then I came back out and did my time with Team Quest in California. After the fight, they asked me not to come back, Nashville MMA. They were very nice about it, but they want to build their own team. I think that's what I took away from it. Like, if I was going to keep training in two gyms, they said, we can't let you do it. I said, okay, I understand, you bastards. But when one door closes, another door opens. I found Guardian MMA. It's actually a closer drive too, so I'm thrilled about that. Guardian's very talented. It is one of the best jiu-jitsu teams I've ever gotten to roll with. And you walk in, you see their line of black belts. They're all under Sean Hammond, and they kick ass. I get choked out often enough. No one's actually, someone did hurt me once, but all is forgiven. He was going for an omoplata. I was defending the omoplata, and then he went for a crippler crossface off it ruined me. I mean, for months, my neck didn't work right. And I've learned it now. I can't do it, but I've learned it. But anyway, so that's the gym I'm at now primarily. And then the other gym I'm at, because I am lifting constantly, is the YMCA. It's a beautiful gym in Smyrna, Tennessee, and it's not far from my house. I would drop my daughter off. I'd go work out for an hour or two, and then I'd go do something else. So anyways, since I've been in Tennessee, I've been lifting like crazy. I've gotten bigger. I hope y'all are impressed. But I've gained size, I've gained mass, I've gotten stronger, and this weight cut has something to do with, the difficulty. Sorry, I just made weight too, so my tongue and saliva are still kind of thick. I'm drinking though. I'm drinking and eating. I'm getting everything done. So I've been lifting a ton, working out as much as I can, and I got bigger. And I live on a ranch now. I've got horses and sheep and goats and everything. And all day long I'm lifting stuff. I'm lifting goats and sheep and pushing the horses out of the way. And I'm getting hay. I don't even know did you know there's a difference in hay? Did you know alfalfa can still be considered hay? I didn't, but I know now because I've lifted thousands of barrels of it. But anyways, I have gotten thicker. So I trained with Guardian MMA most of the time. Did my first half a camp out there, and then I traveled back to California to finish up camp there. I was also working with the PI, the UFC's PI. I was working with those guys on my weight cut. They were feeding me, they were keeping everything down, and I was going down slower than I would have liked, but I was going down and I was feeling good for practice, which is great. And then about 3 weeks ago, my weight just plateaued. I got to 211, and it just wouldn't go down anymore. Every day I was between 211 and 213, and my weight just stopped going down. It's oh no. So I reached out to Lockhart and Leith. They've run a few of my camps. John Poppy ran everything this time. He's one of their, he and we got certified as a weight cut specialist. He does way more than I do now. But yeah, he came out and he's been helping me cut. We've been talking over the last 2 weeks and said, I'm going to need some help doing this because it's going to be a big cut. And I was talking to the PI too, just trying to bring it down. I stopped eating all their meals because I wasn't losing. So I started cooking for myself a little bit. A lot of salmon. So if you watch my Instagram, I've got a lot of salmon on there because I love salmon, and I found a good way to make it. So anyways, that happened about 3 weeks ago. My weight stopped going down, it plateaued, and then I was inching it down. I mean, like, instead of waking up at 211 to 213, it was like 210 and a half to 213-ish. And it was just rough. It was not coming down. I was very upset with myself for being so heavy that late in camp. And I was doing everything. I mean, I was monitoring my calories burned. I used the, what's it called? What's that? If you watch my Instagram and stuff, you'll find that out too. It's a heart rate monitor, and I use that constantly. I'm always using that, and I'll run my workouts on that. So I was burning 2,000 to 3,000 calories a day doing that while eating as much or as little as I could get by on. Towards the end, I started just being hungry. Towards the end, I started pulling back on everything, just trying to get low. And finally, it came down to fight week. My weight still wasn't great. I was telling them, like, guys, this is going to be a shitty cut. This is going to be bad. And they said, yeah, but we will get you there. We will be there. We'll be in your corner. We'll make it all happen. And I said, okay, let's do it. Monday, I got to Las Vegas. My official weight was 210. It's like, 210. I pulled most everything that week. At that point, I pulled all my sodium, pull all my carbs, pull everything that might want to retain water. I woke up the next morning at 205.5. Woo-hoo-hoo. It's like, oh my God, I might get to 200 before I actually start cutting. I'm just pre-cutting is what it's called. You're getting your body ready to go through this metamorphosis of size and power and strength and all that. And I was following everything, no carbs, no nothing. I got down to 202 come Thursday morning, and I said, okay, 202 is where I'm starting my cut. I have to get to 186. I get and now I'm talking to Lockhart and Lee, talking to John Poppy. He said, all right, we're going to make this a long cut. I want you to go to the sauna at the PI. And I want you to sit in that sauna. I want you to lose at least 6 pounds this morning. I said, okay, let's do it. And then we'll cut most the rest tonight. So I said, okay, let's do it. I went to the sauna, and I'd go from sauna to hot tub, sauna to hot tub. I ended up doing it twice. Each time I spent myself in there. I got into the sauna, and I stayed in the sauna. I stayed at the top shelf. I was just sweating well. Everything was coming off. 2 baths, and then two saunas. As soon as I'd done it, I'd go and I'd sit in the hot tub. The hot tub was a little cooler than it should have been for this. I mean, you'll still see people cover themselves in blankets so they stay warm, and that's essentially what I was doing. But I was using a hot tub instead of blankets. And it worked all right. I lost my 6 pounds. I lost about 6.5 pounds. So, this is coming off. This is going to be fantastic. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so happy that this weight's coming off as easy as it was. I've gotten buffer. And the buffer you are, the easier it is to cut weight. The water leaves much more fluidly than if you're, a fat guy. And if you look at the weigh-in photo, I'm so much buffer. Oh, I got to keep wrestling sheep and stuff. So then, that is that day, and I get back to my hotel room, which is just glorious. The UFC they've never had a hotel room as nice as Fight Island wasn't as nice as this hotel room. And I felt, you just cut 6 pounds. 6 pounds is a hard cut for a lot of people. I just did it in the morning of a weight cut. I only ate pineapple that day, 3 different times, and it was delicious. It was so good. I was thirsty all day, but it felt good. And the plan was, talking to John Poppy, I said, we are going to cut almost everything tonight, and then you'll be able to sleep, and if there's anything left over, we'll do it in the morning. I said, that's great plan. We're going to do it in the bathtub, which is here. Look at this bathtub. The thing is as tall as I am. It was a great bathtub to cut weight in. And I was doing, once you stop sweating, then you stay in the bathtub. We were doing 20 minutes once I start sweating. I started sweating in about 3 minutes, which is understandable. A lot of times I'll start sweating at like 30 seconds, but it's about 3 minutes I started sweating. I got hiccups. My wife will find that funny. Every weight cut, easy, hard, whatever, I get hiccups. If they keep going, I'll stop filming. I'll film when they go away. But anyways, so I started sweating about 3.5 minutes, stayed in the tub for an additional 20 minutes, which sucks. I listen to political talk radio a ton. And so the first part of it, I was listening to Steven Crowder, louder with Crowder, baby. And I just had a blast. It was fun listening to him as I was sitting miserable there. We do 20 minutes, and we go from 20 minutes to, we had a sleeping bag with heaters in it. So I crawl in the sleeping bag and put the heaters on to as hot as you can go to as low as you can, just so it's not burning me. And we covered everything in sheets and blankets and pillows, and we made it miserable. And then I'd sit in that for 45 minutes. That got hard. So that night we did 3 baths. I lost a bunch of weight. I got down to about, the scale we were using wasn't great, and it wasn't quite right. We got down to, we assumed was 187. I said, okay, fantastic. We'll call it a night. I'm very dehydrated and miserable. I will sit in a cold room all night, kind of waking up, falling back asleep. All night I'm going to do that. And I did it. I kept waking up. Eventually at like 6 a.m., I woke up and I was just up. I said, oh, let's go check my weight. So I went downstairs to the UFC scales because I wasn't trusting these. And the 189.4. I said, good God. Oh, it's a little heavier, which shouldn't be bad. I mean, that's what, 3 pounds I have to lose, 3.4 pounds. Shouldn't be bad. I said, okay, that's all right. I'm going to take a bath early. We were scheduled to start our baths at 7:30. I'm going to take one right now. So I got back up to the room, took a bath by myself, did everything. It was great. Everything was, I felt like garbage, but it worked out just fine. At 7:30, John got here, and he said, all right, now let's do it for real. I'll do the 45 minutes and everything, and it'll be great. Then I'll be on weight, and we'll go. And so I did the bath. It took like 5.5 minutes for me to start sweating. I said, oh. Then I sat in the bathtub for 20 minutes after that. And then we went to the sleeping bag with the heaters. I sat in there for 30 minutes and eventually said, John, I'm not sweating. I'm miserable. It sucks. I'm hot and this is terrible, but I'm not sweating. So he kind of peeled off, started feeling my legs. And I said, yeah, you're not. It's like, oh no. So let's just do the rest in the bath. So I got out, and it's rough. Got out of the bath, or got out of the sauna. I got out of the sleeping bag, kind of laid there for a little bit. Said, you know what? As the the big bathtub took some time to heal up or to fill up with water. Said, let's go check my weight. We went down and checked the weight again, and I lost almost nothing. I was 89.4. Here I was like 88.6. It's like, God, I'm not sweating. Oh, this is gonna be bad. So we went and did 4 more baths. We checked again, and I was ready to quit. We went back down, and my weight was not good. So we started doing math, and I kept talking to the coach. Gustavo was with me. It's like, oh, should we start seeing if to do a catch weight? Or it's like, no, we're not doing that. You're making weight. He was you're making weight, Sam. You are doing this. I said, oh, okay. So we went back up, took another bath, another 2 baths. Went back downstairs, said, hey, we're out of time with the UFC. We had to be down there by 10:30. And then Britt was like figuring out how to make the weight, how much time I have left. And she figured it out. She figured out, it's like, Sam, once you step on the scale, you have an hour to lose weight. And I said, okay, all right, I have an hour from that point. And I said, I'm not doing it. No chance. I'm done. At this point, it's just going to hurt me. And I'm just mad weight cutting. And it didn't go. At this point, I was, with my underwear on, 187.2. And I said, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm done. I was quitting. Coach Gustavo got mad. He said, no, you're doing this. I'm not sitting in that stupid sauna. I'm not sweating. It's done. And he was mad, but he was, at this point, it's just my wife and I on the way. My wife is texting. And no, this is the greatest piece of cornering I think I've ever gotten. Because at this point, I'm pissed off at life, that and I feel like garbage. And my wife is like, you have to do this. Like, Britt, if I'm just going to hurt myself. He said, you're not going to hurt yourself. We're going to watch everything. You were sweating at the end of your last bath. He said, barely. He said, yeah, well, we have an hour. You know what she said here? pissed me off. She said, listen, we can, me and the kids, we understand a loss. If you lose a fight, that happens, and that happens. But this isn't losing a fight. This is you quitting on this. He said, I'm tearing up. Son of a gun. For the kids, for me, I'm going to ask you to go into that sauna. And at that point, he said, well, shit, I'm going to the sauna. But I was so mad that she would pull that she would do that. So you sit there looking out there. And I know she's right. I know 100% deep down, she's completely right. I said, I'm quitting. I said, I will not. So I don't say much because I'm kind of pissed off at myself at this point that I'm mad at her for doing that. And we walk into the PI and he said, so you're going to step on the scale? I said, I need a sauna. I'm going to a sauna. And Britt set it up. She knew the rules. He said, once you step on the scale, you have an hour. They had the doctors check me out. I lied to all of them. He said, well, how much weight have you lost in the last 24 hours? I said, oh, it's about 10 pounds, 10 pounds, something. Do you feel good and confident you can do this? I said, yeah, I feel great. This is like, so I actually, as I was walking out to weigh in the first time, I had two of the UFC guys hold my ankles. I did a handstand for about 30 seconds. So how long you want to do this? I said, let's do 20 seconds more. The rumor is if you do a handstand, the blood rushing down, you might be a little lighter. And it freaking worked. Not enough, but I was with my underwear on. I was 187 even. I got doing the handstand thing. I lost about 0.2. So that's something I'm going to teach forevermore. So we squared off, me and Michelle, the guy I'm fighting. And then we went over to the sauna, and I'm still pissed off I'm doing this. I said, I'm going to do it. I sat in that sauna for 45 minutes. We had 1 hour, 45 minutes. It took 5 minutes to get there. It took 5 minutes to get back. And then I had 5 minutes to dry off. I sat in that sauna playing with ice. I kept putting ice in my hands as I'd play over my head. Just trying to make anything cold, keep me in there as long as I can. At this point, John Poppy's not there anymore. I'm working slowly with the PI. John wasn't there because you're only allowed one coach to go with you. And if it was any other coach than my wife, I would have missed weight. Yeah, true. That is 100%. It's just fun thinking through it. Like, it just happened 2 hours ago. I usually don't make YouTubes happen like that. And so the PI, Dan Marquette, yeah, he was in there. He sat in there with the whole time. He got me ice bags. I kept flicking it at him. And he sat in there with me for 45 minutes. And he said, you're sweating. Let's do it. Let's get out there. He put a heating blanket on me. I got in the car. They drove me over to the stand and to the Apex. And we got in. Everyone just started drying me off with towels, wiping the sweet sweat off me. Went over there. I feel like a pile of wet buttholes. Pardon my language. But we get over there, and I'm faking health. I'm faking confidence and all that. And they said, all right, do you want to just do it with the underwear on, see where we're at? I said, all right, let's do it with the underwear on. And they said, oh, you're close with the underwear off, you'll be on. I said, all right, let's do it underwear off. I said, do you want to, here, let's put this thing. I said, guys, at this point, I don't care if anybody sees my wiener. I said, yeah, but the camera's on. You need to have the shield. I said, okay, this is the start of my only Sam's. But so they put that on, took the underwear off, and I made weight. I He said, and 186 even. Fuck yeah! Bowed my head. I was like, oh my God, I made it. I just do it. And then I apologize. I'm sorry for cussing everyone. But I made weight. Now the important thing, making weight will not alter your performance the next day. That sounds like it was a hard weight cut. It won't. As long as you recover properly. And John Poppy came out with, he made me all the shakes. Immediately I had 2 gallons of what I lost this week. So I lost glucose, I lost glycogen, I lost sodium, and you're putting them back in order. Like right now, I was, by the time I got back to my hotel room, I was up close to 20 pounds between his shakes and water. I'm still sipping water here and there, but as I'm starting to slow down a little bit. And that's that because of those shakes, whatever I lost over the last 24 hours is back in me. I don't have pardon my language, I don't have the shits, which happens to a lot of fighters. If you're not putting back the nutrients in the right order and the right quantities, it messes with your guts. And that's where you start getting the problems on fight day. I'm feeling so good. I mean, right now I feel like I could fight based on, I do. I don't want to. I'll do that tomorrow, but I feel really good right this second. I fight in 24 hours, and he's actually, I'll show you, he came back, John Poppy, he made me food, and it is good food to help me, my stomach, settle back down and stay settled. And I'm thrilled to eat it. I was going to eat it, but then I started filming this. So I'm feeling good. I'm ready for my fight tomorrow. That is the complete story. It went a little longer than I thought, but I'm very excited to post this. Tell me what you think. Tell me my wife is amazing. I couldn't do it. She flew across the country with 6 kids to be here for this. And she is the reason. She is the reason that I made weight. And my team and she are the reason I'm going to win tomorrow night. So shout out to her too. Follow her TikTok, and she doesn't have TikTok. She hates TikTok. I love it. Follow her Instagram, and you'll see how truly blessed I am to have tricked her into marrying me. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for watching this whole video. I know it got a little longer than I thought it would, but that is the story of my second, maybe first, hardest weight cut.